A large-scale trial kicked off. Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine began its phase 3 clinical trials. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. This is the fourth COVID-19 vaccine candidate to enter the final stage here in the U.S.
Our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi, joins us now with that and some big developments involving some other potential vaccines. Dr. Nandi, this is some exciting news.
Afternoon, Alan and Glenda. Yeah, I'm super excited about this particular clinical trial. It's different than the other COVID-19 vaccine trials in several ways. First of all, Johnson & Johnson's phase 3 trial will be much larger, right? They plan to enroll up to 60,000 participants in nearly 215 sites in the U.S. as well as internationally. All the participants also, this is important, will get one dose of the vaccine. Now, if you look at Pfizer's and Moderna's vaccines, Alan, they require 2 doses a few weeks apart. So as you can imagine, the benefits of 1 shot versus 2 shots means what? One less trip for folks, and it potentially means that more people can get fully vaccinated at a faster rate. And lastly, Johnson & Johnson's vaccines only needs to be refrigerated, whereas the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines need to be kept frozen. So what does that mean? It could be more challenging for those vaccines when it comes to distribution.
So, Dr. Nandi, since Johnson & Johnson's phase 3 trials started later than Pfizer and Moderna, does that mean it'll take longer for us to know if it works?
That's a really important point, Glenda. So Johnson & Johnson's phase 3 trial did start behind Pfizer and Moderna's by a couple of months. At the earliest, Johnson & Johnson's interim results were expected, in late November. Now, if the vaccine shows that it does work, right, and it's also safe, then J&J could possibly be granted emergency use authorization by early 2021, which to me is terrific news.
You know, Doc, it is a race to find a vaccine, but do you have any updates regarding Pfizer and Moderna's vaccine trials?
Sure, Alan. Now, Pfizer said that they'll likely have some conclusive results from their phase 3 trial next month, sometime in October, while Moderna says it hopes to get some results for the vaccine in November. Now, both these trials, right, they include adults, but it's just as important to have children vaccinated safely as well. And the good news is that both Pfizer and Moderna are working towards getting pediatric trials.
Last question, Dr. Nandi. Is the AstraZeneca trial still on pause here in the U.S.?
So, Glenda, yes, AstraZeneca's phase 3 vaccine trial is still on hold for Americans. Now, the company recently had begun phase 3 trials in the U.S. We talked about that previously. But then 2 participants in the United Kingdom, both of them women, developed some neurological illnesses, and they were serious neurological illnesses. Now, while the trial has resumed in the UK, they okayed it, the FDA has not allowed AstraZeneca to start back in the U.S. again. They're waiting for further evaluation before they give them the green light. And here's what I'll tell you. Lots of my patients and lots of my colleagues have talked about the FDA. Are they going to be able to keep us safe? And here's a great example. In the UK, they've already started, but the FDA is still being cautionary. They want to keep Americans safe. And I can't say that clearly enough, that the FDA is going to protect us so we get a safe vaccine, and that allows us to go back to what our life used to be and protect us from the virus. I'm confident of that.
Okay, we'll take that, Dr. Nandi. Thank you.
And remember, if you do have a coronavirus question for the doctor, you can email him, Dr. Nandi, at askdrnandi.com, or be sure to send it to us on Facebook or Twitter.